Hello, and welcome to my thesis proposal presentation. My name is Joe Piccuirro, and for your consideration, here is Failure by Design, Failure as a Primary Motivation in Game Design. Many of us here today have played a game or two, and just between us, I have a confession to make. I've died many times. Quick show of hands, have any of you failed in a video game? Failure is an essential component of game design. When instructing players on the rules and mechanics of a game, the existence of a failure condition creates clear boundaries as to the limitation of player dynamics. This enables the player to grow from their mistakes and create more effective strategies to overcome and learn the obstacle, to effectively learn what the game designers are teaching them. The question driving my research is, what if failure was more than just a mechanic to enable learning? Quantic Foundry Gamer Motivational Model highlights 7 major archetypes of gamers and what motivates them to play: action, social, mastery, achievement, immersion, and creativity. Glued to Games by Scott Rigby and Richard M. Ryan introduces the PENS model, the player experience of need satisfaction. Games allow players to have their needs of autonomy, relatedness, and competency met. Failure plays a large role in all of these motivators, mostly as something to avoid in order to accomplish these player goals. Many games have taken interesting spins on this age-old mechanical component, but is it possible for a player to have their motivational needs met in a game where the only way to win is to die? As far back as Rogue and hundreds of rogue-likes that have led to the rise of Dark Souls, several other notable contemporaries like Dumb Ways to Die, Celeste, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, and Super Meat Boy have all kind of played with this concept. But even in these cases, death is treated as an obstacle. I'm interested in researching the effect of player motivation if their goal is to fail. In order to test this, I'm in the process of creating a game called The Legend of Luza: A Path to Death. In this game, the player will be challenged to find all the ways to die that are in the game. Then, and only then, will it be completed. By collecting game data with information regarding how many times a player died, length of times between death, and the number of players who complete the game, and then conducting interviews with the participants, we will have a more clear understanding of their motivations to keep playing and how this paradigm shift has affected their enjoyment of the game. In order to clarify the game concept, I prepared a storyboard for you all today. After the title screen, the player awakens in a house with a mysterious voice in their head telling them to find the Crystal of Death and take it to the Great Keep. The player exits the house to begin their quest to the Crystal of Death. The game will be from a top-down perspective, very similar to Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past on the Super NES. The player will then find the Cave of Destiny and enter. Upon finding the crystal, the player dies immediately. But in the afterlife, the brave hero meets the wise wizard, who tells him that the only way to take the Crystal of Death is to master death itself. He must get eaten by every monster, spring every trap, drown in every river, and then, and only then, can he claim the crystal and end the world, fulfilling his destiny to become the Heartless. Again, with the classic narrative motivation of gamers to save the world, it only makes sense in a game about endlessly dying that successfully doing so would make you destroy the world. Thank you so much, and I am open to any suggestions any of you may have. I really appreciate your time, and I hopefully look forward to all of you playing Legend of Luza: Path to Death, and all of us learning a little more about how failure as a goal will affect the motivation of players to keep playing a game. Thank you so much.